What's up, everyone? Daddy Warbucks here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Out of the Abyss. Tarantagash is the DM through this series, so I'm gonna turn it over to him so he can set us up for today. Take it away, Terry.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Out of the Abyss. It's today's game. We're starting off in Gracklestug, the town the party arrived to accidentally the day before. Uh, they went out and did some shopping today, in the current day, and a giant showed up, and in all of the commotion of the giant showing up, causing havoc in the bazaar, the party, or some members of the party decided to take advantage of the situation and do a little thievery as they made their way to their boats to try and leave before their thievery could be reported. The resident's red dragon landed next to them, Dimmerchod, and told them to come to his lair. So that's where we're picking up. They are at the docks. They are surrounded by, not surrounded, they're in the company of four Duragar that they can see. And Timberjawed is waiting patiently for them in his lair. So, players, what would you like to do?
Can you
I mean,
remind me where?
when a giant lizard tells you to come, you kind
Yeah,
of
can you remind me where did we end the last session?
You were in. Did I move you guys on the map still?
No, we were at the dock. We had just
You're at the
ended up
docks,
the
yeah,
dock.
you're at
So
the
we
docks,
what we were
okay.
doing.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where we met the dragon, right? Was on the docks because we were trying to leave.
Right.
I
Yes.
thought we
Mhm.
got escorted somewhere.
You were about to be escorted. There's Duragar with you. The Timberchild told the Duragar there at the docks to, uh, escort you to his lair.
Okay, so then, uh, you know, we're already surrounded. Some of us wounded after the kerfuffle before. Mr. E's gonna say nothing. We're just gonna follow the escort to wherever and kind of
Oh,
wait and see what everyone else does.
okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Are are they just gonna walk us there and willingly? They're
The,
not
the
gonna.
guards, yeah. They're just gonna walk you to the place. They take you through the bazaar that you just exited. There's still some cleanup going on. Uh, let's see here. Let me do a 50-50. Okay. No one recognizes you as you walk through the bazaar to this gate here. They're still cleaning up the area. They're trying to deal with. There's the giant there. He's standing over the other giant who got slew by the Duragar, who were there en masse. But yeah, you get escorted through that grouping to the door here. There's 4 or 5 Duragar there. When the Duragar there exchange, pleasantries, they open the gate for you guys and they escort you through to the other side here. Okay. When you get to this side of the gates, the population changes dramatically. There are no orcs or drow or deep gnomes or anything like that. It's all Duragar on this side of the gates as they escort you over towards this bridge here.
Are there as many invisible guards on this side as there were on the other side?
Do you still have see invisibility up then?
I mean, I cast it right when we went to the bazaar last an hour.
Okay.
So I don't think it's been hard.
There aren't invisible ones, but there are guards. They don't
Oh.
need to keep up their invisibility in this side of the city because there's Duragar everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was just double checking.
Yeah, it's a semi-busy street with Duragar just littered around in all directions. They have their shops and whatnot. They look at you with mild interest. Not really that interested in a group of non-Duragar moving through the area. You see you're escorted by the Duragar that are with you. When you do get to the other side, you do see 3 or 4 more pop up behind you that were previously invisible. It looks like they had just ended their invisibility. Yeah. Any questions concerning these issues? Something you guys want to bring up as you make your way? No?
I imagine Goop as walking, he'd keep pointing things out. What is this? Like pointing to buildings and stuff like that, just trying to get, everyone's being very quiet.
And they'll be like, well, that's a shop. That's where we do our shopping for our. It's like a general store. I'm sure you've seen such things on the other side of the wall. This one's a little more catered to our people.
Can we go inside?
I'm afraid not. We have pressing business with Timbershot, as you remember. He,
Who?
the dragon, the big red dragon who told us to escort you to this location.
I look to my party members for an answer.
Above what is the name again?
Timbershot.
Timbershad? It's that middle bit that's screwing me.
Temperature. Got it.
Yes. Please call him by his not name. I'm sure he would love that.
His what?
Don't worry about it, Goop.
Okay.
What
As
if I
you
can't actually discern what the word is you're saying?
Can you spell it
No,
out?
Can I see that in writing?
Actually.
I will spell it out for you in the chats.
Like, yeah, just like the bow table. I'm not hearing it clearly.
There you go.
Oh, Themberchad.
Right.
Thembers.
The Ember Chad.
Timbershot.
Themberchad.
Ember
Okay,
Chad.
so they take you to these bridges here. These expansions over there. You see down in there. You see this crack in the ground that you're about to take a walk over, and it looks like it's just it's like a housing burrow for the Duragar. You see children playing down in this crevasse. Houses built into the sides and whatnot. You also see down at this far end here, there's a gate. It's open, and inside it, if you have good enough vision, you could probably see some Darrow milling around. A Darrow or Pupito was a Darrow, and so you see the Darrow over here, and then the Duragar over underneath here. So it looks like you have the living areas of the Darrow in this East Cleft district, and then the Duragar in this furrow area.
Goop would point down here. What's over there?
And you're pointing to where?
This gate where you said that the Darrow would live?
Darrow, yes.
Yes.
Good, the Darrow. In our past, we at one time had used the Darrow as prisoners with jobs. But a king, the king before this king, freed all the prisoners, and now they're left to their own devices. So a lot of the Darrow still live over there, but they are free to go about their own machinations.
Ooh. We were prisoners once. I was in a jar.
Right. Well, I don't know that that's information I would share to people around you, because they might get the wrong impression that you're not a good person or thing or being. Let's say being. Let's go with the word being. You look like a being, you think, and you're not a thing, that's for sure. All right. And they get you across the bridge over here, and you see this up ahead. There's a hold at the Deep King. There's a dark and foreboding place right here. This is deep, hold of the Deep King. It's a dark and foreboding edifice lodged between two great columns that rise up with thick clouds of smoke that conceal the cavern ceiling. Giant braziers filled with molten lava bathe the palace in a hellish glow, and the thick stone walls bristle with iron turrets and battlements as you make your way. Keep you guys together. We'll move you to this this point. That's probably about right. So you're in front of this palace here. You don't see any guards. This looks like it's not guarded at all.
And what about the guards
I
that
help
were?
them?
It's like your guards are still with you, but when you look at the palace, this hold over here, the hold of the Deep King, you don't see any guards.
Even invisible ones?
You see guards. You see guards. You see a column of about 50 of them right in a line in front of the palace.
Yeah, I
But
whisper that to Mr. E.
they don't see guards.
And once he gives me the information, I will telepathically distribute it to everyone else. Guards, invisible, lots of them.
Goop would turn to the guard that's with us. Where are the guards? The invisible ones.
Goop.
He looks at you and then just keeps walking. He didn't even want to use that stance. He is not on board with talking about that.
I tried, guys.
Okay. All right. They keep taking you along, and they eventually get you to right here. You get to right about. Let's say here. You get to right about here, and there's a bunch of guys in red robes. We're gonna leave you guys with the keepers of the flame here, and when you're done, we'll be waiting to escort you back. So the keepers here will take you up to Timberchod, and then again, once all is said and done, we'll bring you back to your boat or wherever it is you need to go. I think. All right. There's a bunch of men in red robes, men and women and other beings in red robes. They look at you confused. Then a guy in a very tattered red robe runs down. Oh, you're the ones Timothy told me about. Come quickly. He doesn't like waiting. Come on. And he bolts up, up the path, and then so he's like, if you want to follow Kfar and Shrike, he bolts the path and he goes up this way to the cavern itself.
Oh.
Anybody else thinking this looks real culty?
So
What's a cult?
Occult is the study of otherworldly magics. Like,
you're going in there, nothing. You're just going in there, all no questions, no whatnot.
we're beyond the point of question. Yeah.
Question? What you just got told to come? What?
As you make your way along that corridor, a more guy looks more in the senior years comes up to you. You're the ones that Timberchana mentioned. I am the leader of the Keepers of the Flame, Gardakar Zundun. And
what do you guard?
We're the Keepers of the Flame. My name is Gardakar.
Yes, what are you guarding?
We're the Keepers of the Flame.
I think he guards the flame.
No, he said a car. Where's this car that you guard?
Card?
That's a clever. I don't know what a car is, but that's a clever turn of phrase. I admit.
I think it's a type of mushroom.
Mm-hmm. But Timothy is wanting to speak with you. I might want to speak with you afterwards as well. So just keep that in mind, if you would. And thank you very much. And then he lets you enter the giant chamber where this red dragon is. And when you walk in, you see a unit of a dragon. This thing is really overweight. He's laying on top of this huge pile of gold and platinum, and there's magic items in there, and vials all over the place. Just extreme wealth here. You couldn't even begin to start counting all of the amount of platinum and gold and silver and copper. It's just this huge pile. This is a big old, bulky, overweight dragon, and the dragon is dwarfed by the size of this giant pile of treasure, and he's laying on top of it. Like, oh, it's good. You made it here in a reasonable time. I'm glad you did that. I would hate to have had to try and track you down.
Well, aren't you under his breath, just aren't you a hefty thing?
Dragon! I demand to know why you've summoned us here.
Yes, in a minute. Peon, come here, please. And you see the same, guy in the red robe who's tattered. He comes up. He's like, yes, Lord Timbershot. Yes, I need you to bring me some chairs and a table for these people, and some food for. You're hungry, of course. Bring them something that you people eat. Of course. What? Right away, sir. And he runs off, and just moments later, chairs and table are set up, and they put, a pig, roasted there in front of you, and some other foods and whatnot. It's like, I don't want to eat in front of people who aren't eating, so I will eat my food. You will eat that, and then we will discuss what I want from you.
But like, what do you mean by you people?
And then they bring in some ale, they bring in some food for you guys to chew on, and for him they bring in like a string of like 4 cows, cow-like creatures that live in the Underdark, and they're alive, and he makes them unalive pretty quickly with his very sloppy eating pattern of just munching on them whole.
Goop raises his hand as to pose a question for the dragon.
He doesn't even see you. You can.
He's not paying attention to us at all right now.
Is the food free?
I invited you here, and I put food in front of you, so yes, all the food is free. Food is free for me.
That means we can have a lot.
Food is free for me, bro.
Eat so we can discuss.
Okay, yeah, we'll
anything you'd like to do while you're eating your food and he's eating his.
Will gladly help himself.
Okay.
And dig in.
No, we'll eat a little bit. We'll be taking good care of the ale they brought.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take some, if whatever is extra, or while I'm eating, I will try to smuggle extra food into my backpack for later.
Yeah. There's alcohol on the table.
There is.
Yeah.
So no, like
I missed that part.
Nope. That is why Keith is.
Aren't you already like exhausted from the last time you got drunk?
No, you got less restoration.
I got cured.
That's right. Okay.
That's why
got
Keith
cured of your
because
drunkenness. That's
why is Keith now something going to be your designated? Oh, I have to keep you sober. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, Keith will let you have like a beer, but he's not letting you have more than that. No.
That's fair. Any other issues, concerns? Anyone want to, anything before we end this interaction? Or are you good?
No, actually. So we're in the dragon's chamber, right? They just brought a table and stuff to us.
Yeah, you're about 60 feet away from him and his treasure hoard.
So yeah, so the hoard is here. While the party eats, I'm gonna be examining the contents of the hoard, not so much all the gold and the coins and all of that. I'm looking for objects inside this mass of treasure. Weapons, armors, other miscellany.
You see those things.
All
You
of them?
see rings. You see rods. You see weapons. You see cloaks. You see gems.
What are you doing, Mister?
I'm gonna send a telepathic message to the party.
You see
So how about
bracers.
now? Hear me
You see
out.
books.
We stole from the guard, and so far that's worked out. What if we take something from here?
No,
No? Are you afraid?
no.
Are you just
Yes,
you are afraid?
yes. It's a dragon.
Okay, and then as you're like getting these this is all telepathic, and then as you admit that you're afraid of the dragon, you notice the eyes are glowing, and Mr. E is smiling as he's just messing with you so he can feed.
Fair enough. So you're staring at the treasure.
I did briefly. Now I'm staring at Keith
Okay.
as I
so you're
consume
not-
his fear.
I mean, it's not like proper
good-
fear. It's
after
like,
about a good
it's like the
30
common sense kind of fear.
Yeah, after about a good 30 minutes, he lazily looks at you. So I have something I will ask of you. But first, Peon, the guy comes in again. Yes, master. Make sure you and your ilk are nowhere near the chamber. I wish to discuss in private. And as for you five, and he's looking at an area off to the left and back, and only Den sees 5 Duragar standing there. You will want to leave now before there are repercussions.
Ooh. All right. Well, goodbye. It was nice to know you.
And Den sees the 5 Duragar like look at each other for a second and then just start moving down the hall away.
I'm gonna start to move with him.
You're gonna run away?
He said I should leave.
No, you're.
Oh, I didn't know he wasn't talking to me. Honest mistake, sir. And I turn around and sit back down.
Oh my god.
It's a dragon agitated.
No, he's used to people following his commands.
Really?
So people did.
Really? Uh-oh.
So something is amiss for me, and I need you to act as my agents in the city.
And before we get into the details of what this disturbance could be, am I allowed to ask? What if we say no?
You are a curious one. As I was saying, so I believe that you are planning something. I'm not sure what it is, but I ask that you do whatever it is they ask you to do. But before you report to them, whether you complete their task or not, report to me first. I wish to know what they're planning. For that, we will give you a signet. I will have my peon give it to you before you leave, that you will wear on your lapels or tunics.
Like,
In your body for the slime over there.
I am Goop.
And that will give you access to the entirety of the city without issue from the Duragar.
Theoretically.
That is my command, and I will.
Wait, sir. I have one more. And if he talks over me so audibly, he could, like, obviously his voice would drown in mine. I'm going to talk to him telepathically. You can't shut me out. So then I hear the message quite clear that we don't really have a choice because my armor is shields and my claws are spears and yada yada. I get it. Right? But seriously, what if we say no? I would love to assist you, but you see that guy, and I turn and point to Keith as I'm talking telepathically to only the dragon. He said there's no way that he would help you.
He looks at you all. You can kind of tell you're talking now because you pointed and did whatnot, and he just kind of opens his mouth a little bit. And you guys are perceptive enough. You don't need a roll on this. You can see fire in the back of his mouth, and you guys are well within a certain conal shape of him. That if you didn't do what he asked, you have a feeling.
Message received, Mr. Dragon. And I'm going to turn to Keith and I'm going to point to him because he didn't say anything physically. He just made this gesture after our telepathic communication. So I'm going to walk over to Keith and I'm going to point to him with mouth agape and fire burning in his throat. I'm going to say, he says I'm in charge. And I'm going to walk away.
You say that out loud?
No, of course not. Telepathically.
So you will do what I ask, and I will expect your reports soon.
Wait. I'm sorry, Mr. Dragon. I was busy eating. What did you ask again? What are we doing?
We'll for you, Goop. Let's just go.
He's looking at you, and then he looks like back at his horde, and he just kind of lays back into it. He's not going to repeat himself. He doesn't
Goop,
answer questions. He
did
just
Goop
tells
piss
people
him
what
off?
to
Is he annoyed now?
No. He doesn't even. He doesn't. It's like you're talking to an ant. The ant does what you tell it to do.
These ants are wasting a lot of his time.
Not really. He's just laying on his.
Are we though?
Yeah.
It's like, are we though?
No.
You're keeping it from nothing. He isn't paying attention to you.
Okay.
After he gives you his declaration.
One more question.
Peon, and the peon comes running in. You can try and ask your question if you want.
Telepathically, so he can't ignore me. Sir,
Peon
Member Chad.
gives people a signet.
Yes, this signet. Let me ask you a question. This mark of prestige that you have bestowed upon me, would it forgive us of hypothetically any crimes that were committed within the city?
No.
Oh, but you said that. Thank you.
He said it gives us access to the city. He never said it gave us.
He said they would not bother us. Would they still not bother us? It's starting now, right?
Keep you from any transgressions you have against other beings.
Diplomatic immunity.
I just want a pardon. I don't need immunity. I just want a pardon, so that if we get caught.
You really asking him?
I mean, he seems to be in charge. They listen to him.
I can't give that freedom. The beings of your size in this realm have their own laws, and if you've broken them, well, most of the people that break them visit my chamber alone and do not leave.
All right, off we go.
We gotta get our signets from.
So the peon is waiting at the entrance to the cave as you leave.
Do we each get a signet, or did they just give it to me? Okay.
They gave it to everyone. Everyone gets a signet. He hands it one to each. All six of you get it.
So is it like a little pin?
Yeah, it's a little pin. It's got.
I thought it was a ring. I want a ring.
You don't get a ring. I said it was a pin.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Ember
I
Chad.
pin it on my backpack.
Signet pin.
Just let it float.
No, then I'll start digesting it. that's not.
So the pin, I'll just it looks a lot like this face here.
Oh, hi.
It's just carved out. Got the wrong thing last time. So yeah, so it's carved out of to look like him. It's very detailed. It's the side profile as well, but it's very detailed. Looks just like him.
thick.
Peon, make sure they get everything they need, or else you won't be my peon anymore, like the last one that disappointed.
Oh God,
Finally, sir.
bro.
And with that, you guys are escorted out.
We
Peon.
try to pull him off to the side.
Yeah, but Peon, as we leave the chambers of the great Ember Chad,
John.
yes, the Ember Chad, yes. As we leave, he did say to give us everything we need, right?
Well, I'd have to go ask him about anything else other than the signet. So, I mean, I can go ask him, but he's not really one for.
No.
to ask
I
him.
heard distinctly,
can't
if
ask
you
him.
bother him again, you are going to be no more. You
Well,
are to make it a judgment.
I can't make. No, I don't do judgment calls.
Well,
That's-
then you can go talk to Ember Chad, and when. Oh, all right.
Wow.
Wait, so he left us alone?
No, there's other keepers of
Oh,
flame around
damn.
you. You're not alone.
Yeah.
In fact, the guy who you so eloquently called, guarding the car, comes up to you. If you're finished with Timberjohn, I need a moment of your time.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Yes,
are
of
you?
course.
I would be willing to pay you. I think. Well, I mean, what's 500 gold a person? That'd probably be enough, right? That's enough of
That would be enough, yes.
a retainer for your services.
Absolutely.
Keith, what are you doing? I'm sorry, this man does not speak for us. But
He speaks
we
for himself, so
are
that's-
professionals. So, yes, you can pay him 500 gold. The rest of us will require better compensation. Where is our treasurer?
I don't think I can.
Oh, that's me.
I don't think I can give you more than 500 is our maximum at this time. But we can try and work something
And why
else
did you
out
ask if it
once
was enough?
once our situation is resolved. And he ushers you off into a side room, and there's a. Do you want me to stop?
No.
Oh, that was happened.
You died.
Do you need to rearrange?
No, we're good.
He goes into a side room, and they do some sort of magic outside, so it seems like it's a pretty safe place to talk. It's good. We need to be away from Timberchod. He's as you can see, he's getting kind of large. Yes, very bulky.
He was a hefty boy, yeah.
Excuse you. I don't think it's right for you to judge and shame our dear Lord, the Ember Chan, because he's getting a little rotund.
We had something stolen from us, and we need it returned as soon as possible. And we believe the thieves guild in the area, the Grey Ghosts, stolen it. So that's why we're hiring the 6 of you to go get it for us. Go retrieve it. Now, you can. I'm sure when you go and do the retrieval, there will be treasure in those caves, wherever they may be. But so you're welcome to all of that on top of the 500. We would not want you to. We would not want you to give us those items, but 500 is the maximum we get. Well, basically,
You will pay us 500 gold per person and plunder rights, is what you're saying. Pretty
plunder rights from wherever you find our
standard
items.
contract.
Indeed. Are you on that? That's our contract. Are you good with that?
I will accept the conditions only if you give us a room that is private and the opportunity to rest first.
Okay, yeah, no, apparently ChromaCam wanted to just update now and then. It needs to try to restart my computer wholesale.
All right.
Nice.
It's all right.
Welcome back.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. We're back.
All right. So yeah, so you agree with our contract. You will retrieve the item the Great Ghost has stolen for 500 gold and plunder
Wh-
rights of the place.
What is the item?
What did they steal?
Well, it's an item of great value. We would need it kept secret.
Of
We can
course.
trust that you will keep the secret.
Yes, definitely. What do I look like?
Like a person you just met.
Yes, one that you've also decided to approach with this endeavor, and if it was so necessary that it was an issue of secrecy, then you should have probably had us enter into a contract first, because now the prices went up.
That's what he did. He said you agree to those terms, and you said yes.
Oh, then I said all those other things I just said.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm
Wait,
just trying to.
wait,
I'm just
wait.
trying to piss him off. It doesn't matter.
Until we reach contract, I want. Are we good? 500 gold piece and
Plunder rights and secrecy. Yep.
And
Excellent.
room and board.
and secrecy. Room and board we can't do. Unfortunately, you have to go back to the lair where they allow people of your that are not you. You are not keepers of the flame, so you can't stay in the keepers of the flame area. You have to go back to the Gorbagol's lair and then pick up your.
Well, that's kind of useless. Huh?
Um, with just a little bit of information to help you maybe find the gray ghosts. There's a Darrow out in the. You usually find him in the bazaar by the name of Droki. He's a wily fellow, but if you track him, you might be able to have him lead you to where they are keeping our item. The item they're keeping is a red dragon egg. So we need. Go ahead.
What does a dragon egg look like?
It's a large egg-like structure, about 4 feet tall, 1 foot diameter. It's red. Got some spikes on the outside. A very hard outside.
Can
And
it break?
Well, of course, most eggs can break if you handle them roughly. This one's a little more durable because it's a red dragon egg.
Do we need to get it here without breaking?
Yes, it must come here unscathed.
Do we get
Oh, well-
half as much money if we break it?
What if we get there and they already broke it?
What if they broke it?
Then you get nothing.
Do we kill all of them
Well,
and
of
bring
course.
you their bodies?
Yes, if you can't bring me the egg, their dead bodies, Droki's dead body would be a wonderful thing to have.
How do we get all the dead bodies here?
Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully you will find an egg intact within their possession.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so the egg, let's say it isn't broken. We get there. Do you want us to kill them all anyways, or just take the egg
Of course,
and bring it back?
anything that impedes you from bringing the egg back to us.
What if we go and persuade them to give us the egg? Do you still want them all to die?
Dead. Do we kill them if there's
As
no
an
egg
example.
and we can't find the egg?
You handle your business however you wish. We want the egg back. However you get it back is all I care about.
Would we be pardoned for the murder if we killed them?
What murder?
Of
The
the
one-
people we're going to go find who have the egg.
And
Well,
kill.
If there's no witnesses, who would report you for the murder?
Oh,
All of my questions have been answered.
Oh no.
Great. So we have an accord. You get the egg for us and bring it back to us. And
I do believe so. Egg or corpses, you one or the other, you will receive.
Wait, one more question.
yes,
Do we get extra if we bring both?
no.
It's a good question.
That's all.
Where were these firekeepers' quarters? I do feel we really need a rest.
Again,
We can't sleep here. He answered that one.
we aren't giving you a place to sleep. You would have to go back to the lair on the other side.
Well, then let's go there.
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the keeper's area?
No,
I
well,
believe so.
okay, no, we do not. The dragon specifically told us to report to him before we do anything. Like, there's no way we're leaving before we do that. Because we'll
So we're
die.
gonna go talk to the dragon now?
He just told us his plan. We're supposed to check in.
Sure. That's one way to interpret it, sure.
Is that not what he said? Am I lost?
So we're going back to the dragon and tell him we talked to the dude, and then we're going to go start his
Yes.
stuff.
That was literally what he said. Do whatever it is that he asks you, but you must check in with me first.
No, that's not what I said.
What'd you
Before
say?
turning it in.
I said-
When we finish the
Oh,
job,
all right. So we want to go get the egg first and then
Yeah,
tell
one
the
thing,
Ember
then
Chat.
figure it out.
All right. Okay. All right. But really, what about that sleeping time?
The sleeping time. Again, you are not keepers of the flame. I can't.
We gotta go find an inn or tavern.
We're,
Another
Yeah,
hood.
go back to
we're
the-
wanted men. I mean, that's we're
No, we are. We could just sleep in one
You're
of the
a
different
wanted man.
districts.
guilt by association.
You gotta go back to Goldbronze.
I have done nothing.
Is-
That's
wrong.
Has to
that's
be another
that's
one,
the
right?
concern here. We were just in this huge fight, and now we're supposed to go do stuff. But some of us got pummeled by a two-headed Etten. So I don't know.
I fail to see how that's my issue. You guys have been entered into a contract.
Well, then you're not gonna get your egg. So.
And that was it.
Bro.
So
Ooh,
I
question:
look forward to seeing you in the future.
Is there another inn
He did.
besides the one we went to?
No,
That's the only one.
that's the only inn that we have.
But we have these, and I hold up the signet pin. Can't we go wherever we want in the city now?
You can traverse the city in every which way you would like, but you can't stay in places that are made for Duragar. You can't even go shopping in this area. You have to go back to the bazaar.
Essentially, we have a warrant. We
Later.
have search warrants. We don't like.
Yeah,
search
I've got
warrants, we
actives,
don't-
man. I can't go there.
That's on you. my
I don't see that as my problem. Well, I guess we'll see you sooner rather than later if they want to execute you in the mean that they normally do, which gives the merchant a snack.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, I have an idea, but we discuss it later when we're not in this room. Goodbye.
Okay.
Can I? Okay. I'm gonna mage armor myself, and as I remake my clothing for the day, instead of the usual very very dapper formal wear that I tend to choose, we're gonna make it a little bit different. We're gonna go with simple clothes, just black and brown like cloth, real frumpy looking with a hood. And mechanically, because mage armor doesn't actually do all this shit, but silent image does. So we're gonna silent image our clothes every 10 minutes to make them look real super and try to conceal my face.
Okay. You're gonna try and conceal your face. Got
Yep, because I got actives. I can't go out there.
I mean, hey, you made some choices. You should live with them.
Actually, if I go in front of a judge, Keith, I'm telling him it was your idea.
So, if are we all leaving? Is that what,
Yes.
okay.
I'm heading back to the inn.
I have idea. So, we are allowed to traverse areas. We just can't stay. But what if we did and we just slept outside?
I mean, we do have like tents and
There are
bedrolls.
We just
there.
sleep sneakily.
What are we gonna do about the guards though?
We sleep in an area.
Would they care?
that it wouldn't
Are there
check.
anti-loitering laws in
Yeah.
Gracklestir?
What are their laws about the home?
Yeah, if I just pitch a tent in the middle of the common ground, like, are they gonna tell me to move? Am I gonna get rustled by the bulls? I mean,
I am going to find a nearest guard and approach him. Just whichever one's real close.
Oh boy, that can't end
Okay,
badly.
you're gonna go outside. Is that what I'm saying here?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
right in
heading
this
out.
general. Yeah, it's just outside.
So is everyone going with him, and you're trying to cover your face and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
We can't leave Goop alone. So
Can't we though?
Let me describe the scene as you turn this corner here. Outside is 10 Duragar guards, a stone giant, the one, the very similar looking one, like the one you saw within the bazaar up north. It has been about 30 to 40 minutes since that encounter, because you did have a robust meal with Timberchod, lots of drinks and whatnot for a group. So yeah, about 30, 40 minutes. They've since realized that someone was burgled, and 5 guards had an interaction with that burglar, as well as the merchant that didn't die from the dissonant whispers that you cast on. So you have those 5 guards, 5 other guards, one of which looks like a very important person. And in the hands of the stone giant is the merchant.
I have a feeling we shouldn't ask them about their loitering laws.
Yeah, can we just avoid them?
I
No.
think they're right outside the gate.
You walked
Just waiting.
right outside the gate. You didn't say I'm stealthing out. You didn't say I'm. I said, "Are you going with Goop?" And you're like, "Yes, we're going with Goop." Okay. Not trying to be sneaky. You're just, you're covering up some. But you don't look like any of the keepers of the flame in their red robes, as I described they had, so that you look like vagrants leaving the keepers of the faith.
Let's turn around and go back in.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I got somewhere to be. You can't hear you. Goodbye.
Just
Just walk inside. I'm gone. Goodbye.
As you start walking back, you hit an invisible ball. I'm going to go ahead and say your sea invisibility has, in fact, lapsed at this point. Dead.
that's been a while.
So you can no longer see. But as you try and walk back towards the Keepers of the Flame area, it's like an invisible cordon is preventing you from walking that way. Excuse me, fellow. Could the 6 of you please come over here? We have something to discuss with all of you. It would be
I mean, he asked me to. I'm gonna walk over.
all right.
I'm gonna do what the man says.
Great.
Keep us following. Gotta make sure Goop doesn't kill himself.
Do you guys go?
I
Reed?
don't. I'm not
They could
with
at least
them.
watch and see what happens.
Who are these people? I don't know. I'm just going over here. And I start walking away.
We also all came out wearing pins, so
I'm not wearing a pin. What are you talking about? Last I said, I had it in my hand.
You fellow over there, I need you to stop as well. You weren't with this group of 5 people, but you did all exit about the same time, and we have something in which we need to find the solution for. And then the merchant gets lowered to the ground in front of the five of you, and the mystery's off in the back. Like, well, these were the fellas that were with him, but I don't see the one that did the pan and did that weird spell. What did you guys say?
Telepathically, I shout to everyone in the party, "Tell them I'm not with you."
They cast that weird they whispered to me, and my head hurt, and I had to run away. But he's not I don't see him amongst. But these five were definitely with him. So these are definitely part of the culprits of who thieved from me.
I'm confused.
And
Once again, Mr. E is shouting, this time directly to Den to take charge. Den, tell them that you did not condone my actions and that Mr. E has been removed from the group and you do not know his whereabouts.
Ooh, how much do I like or dislike Mr. E right now?
Well, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna make this simple for you folks. You've been identified as potential thieves in Winton City. Most thieves that we execute, but if we can't find the culprit amongst the five of you, then all five of you, unfortunately, would pay for the crimes of the sixth person that's missing. So, but we're gonna take that fella in the back over there, and then we're gonna take the five of you as well. So if you could just do us the kindest favor, we will remove your equipment, and you will get it back. Do not worry, we will get it back. And then once all of this is resolved, I'm sure this is definitely a misunderstanding of things. Yes, sir. You have something to add to this?
Is that our only two alternatives? Either they pay for the crime or we all pay for the crime?
I'm afraid so. We are in a giant cavern. We don't really have things in the way of prisons, so to speak. So
Goop's already taking off his backpack and getting it ready.
Yeah, normally we have to. I mean, and if it's a grievous crime such as a thievery of this nature or a murder, usually those people we just have to put to death because we don't have anywhere to put them. So we have moved up, though we don't put them in we don't chain them to a rock and throw them in the dark lake anymore. Instead, now we just chop their heads off. It's a little more humane. And my predecessors in the past would send them to Timberchard from time to time, but I think we've moved on past that.
I have a question.
This is not the time for questions.
No, it's serious, please.
All right, what is it you have?
If I was going to die, could I get to choose my method of death?
I'm afraid we usually don't let it work that way, fella. I appreciate that thought, but yes, if the six of you could come along, and what we'll do is we'll just take you, and if nothing comes wrong with this, then by all means we will get you your gear back. And as he's talking, you see 24 Duragar become visible, start walking towards you. Four for each person.
Yeah, Goop's gonna be very willing. He is gonna take off his backpack, pull out his nets that are inside of his body, and just that's all he carries on him. It's a one backpack with the water skin, and that's it.
I am fighting in my head whether or not to.
No, I'm still by the entrance to the temple, right? Like, because we had just walked outside, and I started like.
There's a cordon, basically. Just a line there.
Yeah. I get it. There's. I'm surrounded. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'm still by the wall.
Yeah, you're by this group.
Oh no.
That, yeah.
I mean, you're on your own, pretty much.
There's four Duragar walking towards you, and they're not manhandling. They're not treating you bad. They get up to you, Keith, and they're like, do you hand them your maul? Do you hand them Bessie?
I will. Keith is gonna see what Mr. E's gonna do in this situation before he.
But they got to you first. It's time to
Alright, you
choose.
approach. They're at you. What are you gonna do? Bessie or not?
He'll hand over Bessie for now. If Mr. E
The
doesn't
the guard, he looks like a sergeant. Oh, it's a shame. This is a nice mall, but looks like it's taken some. You must have fought some slime recently.
this is the new one. He bought a replacement. This is Bessie 2.
This is a different Bessie.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is Bessie 2. He's sad. It hurt him so much, but he replaced Bessie.
Okay, that's fine. Remember, you'd replaced. That's okay. This is a nice mall. You know what? You're being such a kind person. If we find nothing to happen wrong with this, we might be kind enough to make this a little bit better for you, so you don't have to worry about any of those creepy crawlies that exist out in the realm. Would you be all right if we did a little adjustment for your mall here?
Well, thank you kindly. I'm just here to make sure everything goes smooth.
We don't want any kind of misunderstandings or anything like that. We just want to make sure that everything is safe and that people follow the laws.
As I said, I'm personally not aware of the situation. I was helping your fellow guards subdue that Eden.
Yes. It's weird. You hear Bobby. It's a funny story. That Etten, as you call it, was actually just a giant who somehow grew extra head out of nowhere. We're still working on how that happened.
I'm sorry, I will not be able to tell the difference.
That's understandable. And so they take all of your gear. They leave you with your clothes. Obviously, they're not gonna. When we get to the prison, though, we may have to pat you down, look for any additional gear. But you look like a forthright fella, so we probably all right. And that's with you.
No.
They don't manacle you. They don't chain you up. They just have 4 guys walking in brackets around.
Yeah, just arms crossed, looking at where Mr. E is, just wondering like, what you gonna do, Mr. E?
You give up everything, Goop.
The very few things Goop had. I had a water skin, a backpack, and some nets. That's it.
The boots too. You have to.
Den, they're gonna get you. You're further away, Mr. E, so you're gonna be the last one to talk.
So
Den,
they're not to me yet, right?
They're approaching you. There's 4 approaching you from the front, and then there's that wall in the back.
I'm gonna run.
I mean,
Before they hit you, I'm sure we'll get it. But Den, what are you doing?
I'm just going along with it.
Okay.
There's too many of them. I've seen more than everyone else here. I know exactly how many Duragar there are near us. Even the ones we like. If we can see 30, that means there's probably like 80 or 90.
You don't cast these spells or anything like that?
Nope. I go along with it. I don't want to die today.
That's fair. So they take all of your gear, your equipment, and whatnot.
oh boy.
You look like a clerical fellow. That's good. We might have some spells we might be able to give you, if you'd like. But we'll again, we have to resolve this whole situation, and we'll work on it from here. And then finally, Mystery, we're getting to you.
I run.
You run.
I run.
Which direction?
You run
Up the wall.
Up the wall.
I have
That's
an
a
8
good
spider climb.
one. You do. You have spider-
So I'm gonna dash and run 70 feet up.
Okay.
I don't know them. And I'm just gonna.
All right. So Dan is right. There are a lot of guards there, and they all have weapons with them. They see you scrambling up the wall, and they all start chucking javelins at you. Now you're 70 feet away, so it's all a disadvantage.
Okay. It's been a pleasure, everyone.
Let's see here. How many are there? So the 4 approaching you, the 20 that are behind you, the 10 in front of you, and then there's the stone giant, all react in a similar manner. They start throwing things at you. Do you want me to roll it, or do you want me to make a? Do you want me to role play this?
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean?
What do you mean? Do I want you to roll it? Like, yeah, I want you to roll it. You can miss. I'm like, what?
Okay.
All right, let's see where this goes, Mr. E. We hardly knew E.
The stone giant is taller, so I'd say you went up 60 feet. They're 15 feet
70.
tall, so you're within 60 feet of the stone giant. Is that a fair assessment
Sure.
for you?
Yep.
Great.
Miss.
That okay. Now the Duragar. These are all at disadvantage. So just fix their sheet so that's the case. Force it to roll disadvantage. I don't want to do the toggle. We'll just do an always roll at advantage and take the lower number. Is that okay?
Sure.
Right. So they're all normal size. They're not enlarged. 1, 2, 3,
Hit.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, got it. Just do it like one at a time. Because you got a hit on 18, a hit
That's
on
no.
23. So yeah,
Those are okay.
that's 20. I'm already injured, as I said many times. So I am unconscious and I fall.
You fall
70 feet.
Take an additional
76. So
Good.
I've fallen and I take a death save, a failed death save.
take a failed death save.
There we
You're
go.
unconscious on the ground.
And I'm unconscious and they can do whatever now.
And they take you. Custody.
You're falling and you can't get up. Oh wow.
I can't get up. No, I'm.
So they then escort the group. I'm just gonna.
Silent image goes away, so now my
Oh, yeah.
ruse has gone.
The origin's gone, and immediately the guy, the vendor's like, "There he is. There's the one. There's the one who cursed me with that foul, ability and made me run for my life." So you guys are taken up to the Overlake Hold. That's where you guys are being held presently. And you guys are brought into a prison, so there's jails, there's a cell for each person. They put you in a cell group, and then they turn to you. The lieutenant turns to you and says, "Well, we know that this won't hold you. We know that you can easily escape through these bars, as being you are. What we're asking you to do is to not do that, because we'll think you're just as guilty as any other party in this, and that would look bad for you. So we're going to ask that you don't do that, and instead you wait patiently here. We have more inhumane ways of keeping you here, like stuff like that. But we're gonna be more of a more gerane way of looking at this.
If Keith is anywhere near, he'll say, "Offer him beer."
Beer. You mean ale? We can put ale in. I'll tell you what. Roll one of those kegs, and they roll a keg of beer into the cell that Coop is in, and just pop the top up. This should keep him busy for a while, and then they.
If I have no problem with staying, but where are my friends?
They're all in cells right next to you.
So
Like,
if I got bored and went into a different cell, is that a problem? Because I get bored.
If you could not do that, we would appreciate it.
Is it wrong?
I'm afraid so. At this point, it is wrong for you to do such things.
Fine.
They take a once Mr. E and all of his Mr. E is in the box, the iron box, with just his clothes and none of his belongings. They pour a healing potion down his throat and wake him up. So you get 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, thank you.
You're up 7. Don't say that we didn't bring any kindness to the people.
How long did it take to get from where we fell to the cell?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes. I was dying for 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure I had to make some save.
Just stabilize the quick medicine check.
They would have stabilized.
Okay.
Or did you not? Did you want to actually do the rolls? Do the rolls,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
Do
no,
the
I'm
rolls.
just.
Do five-
Oh, okay. If you really want me
Yeah, I'd like you to do the rolls.
to.
Would you have died on the way there?
Yeah, I was
I'm
just trolling the
curious.
guy.
We'll
No.
find out.
Okay, let's see.
3
You
rolls.
have one failure, so let's do rolls and see if you make it. Or Den, would you step in?
If he was.
I would have, if they weren't gonna do anything, I would have insisted on just making sure he doesn't die
Okay.
for a healing.
So what would you have
If they
done?
would have let me, like as soon as he fell, if they would have done
There you
something, I
go.
would have insisted on at least making sure he wasn't dying.
So that's a success, and then
2 success, 2 fail right now. Oh, I'm dying.
So you would say you was it's done.
Well, he said he was
As
going to
you're-
cast a spell.
Oh yeah, Dan, you're going to cast.
Well, if they would let me, I don't know how. Like they took all our stuff
Yeah.
and they're.
You can act if you
Would
want.
have let me go
Yeah.
to him when he fell, and I would have healed him.
With what?
Can I cast spells without anything?
Cast
Yeah,
spells that
healing
don't
word.
require-
Yeah.
Remember, we established that before. No verbal or somatics. Or no
Yeah.
somatic or
No
It's
verbal.
material.
Yeah.
There's no material means you don't need your holy symbol. So
There's
Well,
two
sure.
spells you could use. There's that one, and there's Spare the Die. You could have used either of those.
If they would have let me, I would have used healing word to make him not dead.
Okay, that's fine. They wouldn't have stopped you from that.
And
they want to do it
So
themselves.
you get 6 HP. They then escort everyone to the prison. Do you try and make a break for it?
I know. I'm weak. Frail.
Okay. All right, they put you all in the boxes. Goop climbs into the keg of beer, and you're down there for about 20 minutes. And finally, somebody who is much more regal looking, female, Duragar comes in. She's trailed by the lieutenant that brought you in, and she's looking in on each one of you. She's like, yes, you're all quite an interesting group of people. Well, I suppose we should just get to the here and now of the situation. It's unfortunate as things have become, you know, how it can be sometimes. My name is Erden Blackskull. I am the keeper of this hold and the person that tries to keep order in this here area. And well, we have the situation that we have, and that's the that 6 of you were brought in on suspicion of thievery. One of you tried to run. It looks like it was the one hiding, trying to be inconspicuous, and I guess that's commendable, but you did break the law, unfortunately. We went through your belongings looking for the evidence of the box that you took, and for a while we didn't find it until we got you a bag of holding. Quite a nice item to have, for sure. But we're not the rubes that you might make us out to be with our accents and whatnot. So we did our magical things. We turned the bag inside out, and wouldn't you know it, but that box we were looking for fell out. Now, now that we know who the culprit of the thievery is, we would have to punish them accordingly. As for the rest of you, I have a proposition. And she's not finished. She's finished speaking directly to Mystery. She's then shifted to speak to just the other 5 people in their boxes. Now, what we would like for you folks to do for us is to do a little bit of not really espionage, more of a spying thing for us. There's a group of beings in this area called the Darrow, and they have a captain among them called Droki, and we need you to track him and just tell us where he went, track his movements and tell us where he went, and come back to us. Or if you kill him, bring his body back to us, and that would be wonderful. You've been a thorn in our side for quite an age.
About Droki, why is that familiar?
That's the man we're supposed to be going after in the first place.
Okay, all right. I thought so. Just wanted to confirm.
No, that's the one
That's to do with the egg.
keepers want us to go. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The keepers want us to go after him. And
We would like you to just again follow him and take care of. Tell us what he did, and if you kill him, well then absolutely bring the body back to us, and we would be most enthused by that.
We need you to take care of business.
So yes, we need you to do that for us, and it's either that you have that option, or you could stay in prison, and we would hand you over to the Drow when they come back in 7 days. The Drow came through here about 3 days ago. Mentioned something about escaped prisoners.
So,
and
Mr. E's gonna stand up where he was laying on the floor, walk up to the speaker, and extend a hand. You drive a hard bargain, but I admire it. Of course, we'll take care of this Darrow, and
I'm afraid, unfortunately for you, sir, this deal is for these 5 and these 5 of them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If you want us to assassinate somebody for you or investigate somebody for you,
we have
these 5 are useless without me. I'm the brains of the operation.
I can appreciate that. The fact of the matter is, and then she turns to face you. The fact of the matter is that you stole from us, and we've caught you red-handed. We have eyewitnesses there. We know that you stole. As you can see, and as my lieutenant pointed out when we met you at the Keepers of the Flame, we don't have prisons here. We can't have. We're in such a confined space. So unfortunately, people who do commit crimes of grievous nature, unfortunately, have to be executed. And I would, at this point, you've tried to hide your identity as you tried to escape the Keepers. And so at this point, you knew what you were doing was wrong. And we have to enact the laws as they are. Otherwise, the people in the market will stop using it, and people will stop coming here, because we will. If it gets out that we didn't follow through with the laws that we have in place, then people would lose faith in our ability to govern. So, you, sir, are guilty of thievery and will be executed. I'm sorry to say it like that. We will take you out back. We have a ward and a basket for your head.
I'm bored of this. Let's just get on with it already. It's not my first execution.
The 5 of you, though, I need an answer. Would you like to stay in jail, and wait for the drow to come claim you, or would you like to take care of this trophy fellow for us?
Do
Well-
you have to kill him? He's my friend.
Unfortunately, he did commit a crime, and if we didn't kill him, it would look badly to all the Duragar and merchants who frequent this area.
What if
And give you his belongings that he had on him back to you. It's obviously not the chest, because that's not his. But all of the other items that he had would be available for the rest of you.
what if we do the job you want us to do, and we can tell you about a criminal who recently returned to this city that you might be interested in, whose name I don't know, because I don't remember anybody's names. But
the person
Mr.
that came
E
with us?
knows the person who brought us here.
I understand this person is your friend, and I can't. Unfortunately, we are a city of laws. The laws are strict for a reason. So, unfortunately, this one has to die.
We'll walk over to Den. It's okay. It's all right. I'll see you again. Trust me.
Okay. So they take you. They give you guys. They let you guys out of your respective cages. Give you your equipment back to you. All except for Mr. E, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
They give you all of Mr. E's belongings, with the exception of that chest that isn't there. And they give you back the maul, and it's shinier than before. It feels more powerful in your hands. Looks like they're a merchant. They give you the maul, and it is a little more powerful, a little more stronger. They add a little bit of flair to it, and there's some inlaying within it, where it seems like it's definitely more powerful, and you can go ahead and add a +1 maul to your inventory. So they escort the 5 of you out of the prison. And at the same time, as you guys are starting to go up the stairs out, they open the door and they manacle Mr. E and walk him out a different door. And that's the last you see of him, as you are escorted out to the front.
Well,
And just to show that there's no hard feelings.
Wait. As Mr. E is being escorted off in manacles, one last telepathic message. Truly, do not worry. I do not breathe. I do not eat food. And surely death will not hold me either. Carry on. We will meet again someday. And then he's gone.
To show there's no hard feelings with it. Then you're back to the lieutenant. To show there's no hard feelings with you fellas, I understand how hard it is to lose a compatriot. What we've done is within the Golbron's lair, we've gone ahead and paid you up for weeks for that. You got a 5 gold per day, a stipend that you can use for alcoholic beverages within that establishment. But yeah, you've got a week. You got a 10-day. You got a 10-day to figure it out. Now, I would say you probably want to hurry on that more than wait, simply because the drow will be back within 7 days. So if you wait a full 10 days, then they might be back and see you, and that would be bad. Now, we're not going to hand you over as long as you guys are taking care of business. Also, here are these. We saw you had the timber shots, and we're going to go ahead and give you these rings. Although we would recommend you don't wear them, because the Darrow and the Duragar, we don't get along well, and if some Darrow see you with that on, they're like just as likely to try and hurt you as to try and help you. So you just have that ring in your pocket, and if you have any problem with the Duragar, show them that ring, and it should give you access to whatever.
I have a question.
What is it? Goop? Is it? What is it? I can help.
Yes, I am Goop. So there was like Keith? What was it called? It was for the food and drinks at the inn.
Our tab?
Yes. So there was a tab, and it was under him, and I point at the building.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do with that?
Oh, that's something that you know what? There was a tab. How he paid it. He paid. The mystery actually paid that already.
Oh, he did.
Paid
Okay.
150 gold and everything else. He paid all that the previous night, so you don't have to worry about that. So you mentioned it, but Kfar was there. He's like, oh, he already paid that, so we don't need to worry about it. Yeah, mystery took care of that before last night before we left.
Hmm. Okay.
We're going to go ahead. You're free to go. I'm sorry this wasn't under better circumstances. You all seem like fine people, except for that mysterious fellow that was with you. He did steal from us, and we had to enact the justice of the land. And so, again, we're sorry for obviously condolences for your loss, and we hope that won't sour your interactions with us moving forward. And then with that, he's like, if you have any questions or issues you need to, or any concerns with the mission, by all means, you can come see me at the hold here, and we'll happily try and solve whatever issue it is that you're running into. But until that time, best of luck, good hunting on finding Droki, and we will see you later.
Didn't you say you'd give me a spell?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. I apologize. I apologize. That is uncharacteristic of me for sure. Yes, we can definitely give you a spell of types. We got some scrolls here that we're not really using much of, so they give you 2 scrolls. And the first one is Mask Cure Wounds spell scroll, and the second one is a Flame Strike.
Okay.
Do
Wow.
I get some? I kind of looked at the Keith, and I would like something.
I don't know that we have anything for you. I'm sorry.
Flame Strike, you did?
Flame Strike and Mask Cure Wounds.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, when you complete your task of getting the Daryl, we'll look around for something for you to go on top of whatever it is we can offer you for finding this Droki Val. I'm sure the captain will be excited to know what has come of him. Hopefully, if you kill him, well, I can't imagine any other reason, but they have not given you something pretty substantial for that. So we'll look around, and when you get back, we'll definitely try and accommodate you. Apologize, we don't have gifts for everyone. So what would you like to do? You're now down a member.
Our team leader. Oh no.
Oh no!
I think you need to
Anyway,
have a snap election.
I think we should go back to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, today has been a lot. I think we need to reconnoiter and
Right, you get back to the inn, and the innkeeper's like, "Oh, you fellas are back here. Oh, great, that's wonderful. The gods came and they took care of some of that. They took care of your lodgings. They went ahead and gave you all a room. So I have your keys here. One of the rooms is left. There's that. It was for that one fella that booked it all, but he's not with you. We'll just leave the key back here on the countertop." And they give you each a room key, and also you don't have to have that stew if you don't want. That's just the free stuff. We can get you some good food that does cut into your gold stipend per day. What we would happy to cook for you fellas. What we got available. Usually it's just boar and other things that we found within the.
You know, we never mentioned all the others we were traveling with.
Like the other
all the NPCs. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, the I'm just referencing the 2 party members that are not currently on the call. So he gave each one of you a key to a room. It's a pretty nice room. You know? Bed, dresser.
Okay. We still have to pay for the NPCs rooms, don't we?
Yes.
But do we though?
Do we? Do we have to take care of them? Do we? Like we can ditch them now. we can just get rid of them.
We should probably convene in a room and talk about what happened and what we got to
Well,
do.
we're not leaving the Myconid, and we're not leaving the Drow with.
Yeah.
Well, are
Okay,
they actively with us right now? I would assume not, right?
I mean, they're probably in this inn.
We should
somewhere, I'm sure.
go to a room though and rest.
Yeah, let's
and talk about what happened.
Yeah, rest and reconnoiter and figure out what we're doing since we have a lot of things. We really should have gone to the Grove first, shouldn't we?
So I assume that all of Mr. E's stuff is in the bag of holding.
Yes, they gave you the bag of holding. One of you has it with gold and the ring.
I'll
that
relay
you
all
had
that
and
into
whatever other items
later,
you had on.
yeah.
Let me see here.
That's what
I can look it up.
Imagine we go to our room. We should just sit down, splay it out. You know.
Yeah.
On the ground. So who gets what?
So you have
Here, I'm just gonna post it in the chat.
ring of free action that he has.
I'm muted.
You have a rapier.
I'm just gonna post it in the chat. That way we're not like listing each and every item.
Yeah, that's what I was actually meaning to bring up. Are we just gonna post it in Discord or Roll20?
Discord.
Keith.
Yes, we do.
Is this my fault?
Yes.
I was the one that brought us here, and you said that we should have just went to the Grove. I forgot. I kind of feel like
I also said we shouldn't stop here.
Do you want me to?
Back.
Do you want the truth? Do you want the truth, Goop, or do you want me to comfort you?
It was Mr. E's decision.
Mike, yeah, it was his decision to do something.
He was our leader. We trusted him and his decision to come.
Leader is a strong word when there wasn't really any like
Keith,
actual
we
decision
shouldn't
about
talk
it.
ill of the dead.
Well, he said he would come back.
A lot of people say that.
So,
in truth, it really was Mr. E's fault in the end. I don't know why he thought trying to steal broad daylight was a good idea, but like,
I mean, it's a good point. Why would anybody try and steal in broad daylight and not kill all the witnesses?
What do you mean? We escaped? I almost got away with it.
Quote unquote.
Just to resolve it, who wants that ring of free action?
Keith, above table talk. Mechanically, it benefits Keith the most, not being able to be paralyzed or restrained and ignoring difficult terrain. Since am I the only melee person in the party?
No, you got 2 monks.
Yeah. I forgot. I have Goop.
You could have it. Goop doesn't need it.
Okay.
I can't speak for the other one though, but they're not here. So
They're not here. So they don't get who wants to hold it? Who wants to hold the bag of holding?
I already added it to my sheet and I'm adding the stuff to it.
Here.
Okay. The gold. Did you?
It was all in the bag of holding.
Did you put it in chat? I didn't see
I'm working on it.
He's getting.
Sorry. There you go.
Just this kit, the bag of holding, Amber Chad signet pin, fire. What are we doing with the fire beetle gland?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Can we keep
You got
things?
a lot more money than Mystery had mentioned. That's funny.
Oh, of course. What the?
Are we gonna go over inventory line by line, or can we keep moving?
No, we can keep moving.
We keep moving.
So you guys spend the day sorting this stuff and getting things situated. How would you like to proceed? You're able to have your long rest. You can cry over mystery. You can celebrate over mystery. However you want over the course of the night. And you can wake up the next morning. Or is there any other RP you guys would like to do that evening?
This is basically so. We have pros on our current situation. Everyone wants us to go do the same thing. We're going after this Droki guy.
I feel like we've already gotten 2 jobs, right? They complete themselves. So the guards want us to kill a guy that we were already going to kill.
The guy killing them.
We don't have to kill him, right?
Right.
can
Well,
just-
before we didn't have to kill them.
It was
now we
Firekeeper.
do.
Firekeepers was either kill him or get the egg back, right?
Well, the firekeepers said kill him or get the egg, correct? So we could have gotten there, killed him, gotten the egg, and then
But
gave him the body.
The
and then
guards
had the
didn't say explicit. They said we could, but we didn't
Right.
have to.
But if we don't kill him, then he'll tell the guards what we were doing, which is a secret.
What?
We're getting the egg, which is we're not supposed to tell people about.
Well,
Yes.
It's a secret job, right?
The guards wanted us to see what he's been doing and report back to them. Yes.
little
Right.
steps. Let's just try to find the guy first, and then we'll just scope him out. We'll just see what he's doing, what he's up to. Then we can think about eggs and.
We need to do that to get to the egg. That's like a predetermined thing we have to do for the cultists, anyways.
Mm-hmm. And then we have to go back and talk to Thember Shad about what we're actually doing.
After that, we complete the job of getting the egg back.
Should we go back to Thembershard and ask him about helping the guards?
No, I don't think he needs to know about that at all.
I don't think we should lie to him.
I don't-
We don't need to lie. We don't just need to tell him everything.
I don't
not
think
relevant.
he cares about the
Yeah.
guards. He just cares about the flame keepers, keepers of the flame.
Correct. And the flame keepers just want either the guy's body or the egg. Well, obviously now we need to give them the egg and then give the guards the body so that they don't tell the drow on us or arrest us again or kill us like they killed Mr. E.
Wait. Okay. So sorry, DM. What was it exactly the guards wanted us to do?
They wanted you to find this Darrow and trail him to wherever his hideout is, and just see what he's doing. If you kill him, they're happy to just bring evidence that you did it, but they really just want you to scope out where he's going and what he's doing.
So basically, they're trying to do a sting operation, and we're their eyes.
Yes.
And we're on a secret operation that involves us to do the same process and then a little bit more. And by doing that extra little bit more means we need to kill him.
So
Otherwise- If we don't
we're-
kill him and we bring him back to the guards, he'll tell the guards about the egg, which we don't want anyone to know about.
Mm-hmm.
But the egg needs to be a secret, which means everyone who's seen the egg, who is in the room when we get there, isn't getting out of the room.
And you have a third thing with Timurchad, who wants you to report to him before you report to the Keepers of Flame.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Thank God we have a bag of holding. But okay. Sorry, I was trying to get through the line of logic.
Mm-hmm.
Since they don't want to know about the missing dragon egg. They don't want people to know about the missing dragon egg.
Indeed.
Right, which means anyone who does know about the dragon egg,
We need to kill.
we should waste it.
Okay. We have our line of thinking. We know what we're doing now.
The flame keepers did not give us a license to kill. However, the guards did give us a license to kill. The flame keepers said, just don't let anyone find out and it won't be a problem. But the guards just gave us a license to kill the guy. They explicitly told us they want him. Like that's an option that they will agree to. If we bring him back, him dead, they're okay with it.
Yes.
Which means that if
Mhm.
part of his gang is collateral, I'm sure they'll be okay with that too.
Right.
Okay, so
So what we do is the same thing they both want us to do. We need to find this guy and trail him to his house or hideout or wherever he has the egg with his gang, right?
Mhm.
And then hopefully
Mhm.
the imbecile who brought us here, who abandoned us when we got here the first night, is part of his gang, and we get to kill him too.
you are a very angry bunny.
Wow, Dan, you're a little
Very-
deep down. You got a little vindictive inside of you, huh, Dan?
Well, my friend is dead, and I'm in a city where they kill people for stealing. So I would like to get out of here as soon as possible. And if we gotta waste a few people on the way out, we've got to do what we've got to do, right? We're in this mad world here where everything's trying to kill us, and I just want to not be here anymore.
Whoa, dang! Where's this rabbit been the entire time? Jesus.
Are you
Listening.
okay, little
This
friend?
rabbit has been listening. No, I'm not. How are you okay with all of this?
Look,
How are
I
you okay with
mean,
any of this?
I'm not gonna lie. I was 50-50 on Mr. E. I'm not too broken up about it.
Regardless how you felt about him, his interest was still the group, right? He brought us to where we are today and kept us alive through the shit, right? He may have made some questionable decisions, most notably stealing from the shop in the town where we knew that they were going to kill him for stealing, but that's over now. All we can do is take the next step,
Okay.
which in this case has been decided for us.
Can
Mhm.
we get food before we leave?
Yes, you have access to food and drink. Again, you have 5 gold per day you can spend at the inn.
I was more asking Den. He seemed very.
We're always gonna have food, Goop.
I'm
Like,
hungry.
Don't have to ask. You don't have to ask. Just go get food right now.
Sorry.
In the current situation, you don't have to ask if we can get food. Just go and get food. From the places we know we can go get food from. Don't just take food from anybody, okay?
What if they give it to me?
All right. So you guys have a plan. You're going to track down this Darrow Droki and trail him to his lair and try and get the egg and or kill him or both. It's really up in the air at this point, isn't it? That seems like a great place to stop for the evening, I think. We're going to stop here and we're going to see how this little transaction goes as the party tries to figure out a way to track down Drogi and resolve the issues with the Keepers of the Flame. So, yeah.
All right. So, thank you for coming and hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you being here. I hope you had fun. If you did, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us on the Discord. We hang out throughout the week. That's where you need to be if you want to get involved yourself. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.